Hey everybody, Leo Ness here with the Access Control Executive Brief, and we're at ISC West, and we're going to do live conversations with Lee at the show. We happen to be in the AI Discovery Zone, hence the sign and everything that you see here. And basically what we have are 10 companies that are utilizing AI within their products and solutions. And this zone is intended to be a place where people come to learn more about how AI is impacting the security industry. So what we've done is we've asked the 10 companies to come join us here on stage. Andy's the first victim, if you would, that comes here from Secure Passage, and going to just walk through the companies, your story actually, and then how we use AI, have a conversation about, we'll see where this goes at that point. So thank you for taking the time to do this, and I really appreciate you being here.
Thank you for having me. I really appreciate the opportunity.
Of course. So tell me a little bit about yourself, your background too. We always like to make it like a personal
Yeah.
understanding. People are always curious about the people. And then tell me about the company, and then we'll get into what you're solving for the rest.
Yeah, that's great. Thank you. So I'm Andy Jones, and I've been involved in technology or physical security for about 25 years, and spanned really a lot of verticals within that. So cybersecurity, IT, director, networking, audiovisual, things like that.
Okay, very good. So tell me about Secure Passage.
Yeah, so Secure Passage is based out of Kansas City, and we have also been in physical security for around 25, 30 years. We started with a critical infrastructure product, and our CEO really built his legacy in cybersecurity with some of the largest cybersecurity firms out there with about 30 years experience in that area.
Okay. Oh, very good. So what problems are you solving for now?
Yeah, so, given that we have such a pedigree in cybersecurity, we really wanted to look at physical security from a cybersecurity standpoint. And, within cybersecurity, we found that a lot of the alerts and a lot of the telemetry that those teams are gathering is really useful, and they're able to do automated responses based off of that data. Well, nobody's doing that in physical security. So, physical security teams are now being purchased by the IT teams, the cyber teams. These are the ones making the final decisions on the products that are going in their environments.
Right.
We want to speak that language to them because we're finding those are the buyers. And frankly, physical detection and response works better than a security guard and an analyst looking at a screen trying to look at 300 cameras. That's impossible. So we wanted to develop a solution that gives you visibility with every sensor, every camera, and every device in your environment, and then funnel up and boil up those alerts that matter most to you and your organization.
Okay. So would you define yourself as a platform?
Yeah, definitely. We are a physical detection and response platform. We're kind of the inventors of that. And we, again, taken those lessons from like a managed detection and response platform, which cybersecurity teams are doing. Yeah.
Okay. So I can imagine how you're using AI, but talk to me a bit about how you are applying AI into your products.
Yeah, for sure. So we utilize it a couple ways. First of all, we like cameras and devices that have AI built in because those insights are valuable to us. So if the camera, for example, has edge computing and AI built in and it sees a person who has fallen, we want to know that. But not only do we want to know that, we take that same data from other sensors, access control systems, Berg alarms, smart sensors like Halo sensors, and we can correlate all of those devices. We grab the information, we then funnel that information to our AI and get a quick summary of what's actually happening in the environment. We feel like in the market, there's so many devices and so many alerts that are happening that it creates this overload. And so we feel like if we can tell you what's exactly happening, we can give you important alerts that you can make those insights and those valuable decisions with quickly.
Yeah, I gotta believe also though, is it also determining when it's not a problem? It's like a false.
Absolutely. That's a big part of what we are doing. We're trying to quiet the noise of some of those noisy systems and actually only give you the insights that matter, that really need attention. And then that's going to make your security teams more useful because frankly, 73% of security practitioners say that they've missed critical alerts.
Yeah.
The reason they're missing those alerts is because they get so many. They're tired of looking at them. So, if we can boil those up to the top and make those actionable alerts, utilizing AI to summarize what's really happening,
Right.
we can make them more efficient.
So typically this is coming out of the GSOC world. Are you coming from that world of an IT standpoint, or should I think of this as an IT product that happens to maybe Venn diagram over into GSOC? So, because
Dare I say both? And that's a great insight. Let me tell you why. In the cybersecurity industry, a shift is happening. And what's happening is the GSOC model is getting out. Security analysts, they can't look at 7,000 sensors at the same time either. In the cybersecurity industry, AI is sort of replacing the analyst. That's the flow of what's happening. Okay, we believe that same flow is going to happen in physical security as well.
Okay.
One security guard can't look at 700 cameras. So is a GSOC still needed? Well, sure, but what if we could tell you those 700 devices that you're looking at? We can tell you which ones you need to look at if you still need a GSOC. But for the thousands of organizations out there that don't have a GSOC, we can be that 24/7 security guard watching those devices for you while you sleep and giving you the alerts you need.
I got you. So, and it's all systems. So, where do you begin and end?
Well, that's a great question. Again, we say physical security devices because we're at a physical security show,
Sure.
but we span past that. If it has a system log or a data log or some sort of funnel, we'll bring that in and we'll correlate that data against AI. We can do this with IoT sensors, OT sensors. We can even do that digital data like that cybersecurity data that they're already bringing in. We also love the OSINT data or the dark web scanning data. Anything that we can bring in and correlate against events that are happening, we want to use that data and create those actionable alerts for you.
All right. And then do you also integrate into what I'll call more enterprise software tools like ServiceNow, Salesforce, the rest? Like,
Today we don't, but it's definitely an area that we are looking at. We do have a direct Slack integration and things like that, but of course our platform, JSON, API, webhook, all the common developer tool sets we can integrate with. So we have 24 by, or we have quite a few developers on staff right now who are constantly working on those types of integrations.
gotcha. And then how do you bring the product to market?
Yeah, so we've actually launched the product, and this is really kind of the first trade show geared towards it. So we came here and entered into the New Product Showcase Awards. I can tell you it was very hard for me to explain what this is in 15 minutes to a panel judge. They did come back to our booth and spend about an hour in our booth, and they were blown away. We got a notable mention award. I think the judges maybe had a hard time explaining to the 25 judges what we are, because really this thought process, cybersecurity teams and IT teams get it. When we have conversations with those practitioners, they immediately see the value. Physical security, it seems, has always been focused on hardware devices, cameras, access control, things like that. And so we kind of feel like we have to show this industry why they need managed detection and response for physical security devices. So it's kind of a challenge that we're accepting, and we really want to break through and kind of teach this industry a cybersecurity approach to physical security.
For instance, so all right, so the toughest question I have: what's your favorite barbecue place in Kansas City?
Well, that's a very tough question. I'm glad you brought that up because, as you know, you must have talked to people from Kansas City because we're very passionate about our barbecue.
So, yes.
And I'll put it up against any barbecue in the nation. My personal favorite is Joe's Barbecue. They have a sandwich there called the Z-Man.
I've had the Z-Man
And
myself.
that's fire. I mean, it's so good. But I could take you to 10 places and they'd all taste different and you'd love all 10.
Absolutely. No, I appreciate
Yeah.
So if people want to find out more information, there's a lot here, I know.
Yes, there is.
And we just got to the tip of
We did. We barely touched the tip of
But
the iceberg there.
I highly recommend people taking a look at it. This is when we talk about where the industry's going, the people like talk about the future. The problem with it's actually, I think we should start saying more, this is just looking forward, because the applications are there and the value can be delivered immediately. And I do think it opens up whatever's next for the next 30 years. And this is we're going to look back soon, and we're going to be like, oh, I can't believe we were doing it that way for so long.
For sure. You got our message so quick. I appreciate that.
No problem.
Yeah, so you can find us at securepassage.com. Obviously, is probably the quickest way. We love to talk about Truman and give demos of that. So
that the name of
reach
the
out on our website. Yeah, we call it Truman
like it.
Physical Detection and Response System. And we have some other verticals that we talk about, but again, we're really focused on that physical detection and response, and we're really proud that we're the world's first organization to offer that.
Very cool. Well, thank you. Thank you for taking the time. Thank you for being part of the AI.
Yeah, this was great. I love the AI zone. This was really good for us. I appreciate you inviting us.
Thank you.
Thank you so much.